Cambridge. Welcome to What's That About, where we answer all your questions about the pressing issues of the day, brought to you by CCTV.
Cambridge's best TV station.
So, Max, whose question delivered by those knights in red, white, and blue armor, the U.S. Postal Service, are we answering today?
Our first postcard is from John on 3rd Street. John asks, Christmas is a really big family holiday for me, but I don't know how to stay safe in the pandemic while still being able to enjoy the season with people who are close to me. Sheesh, pandemic, you suck. That last part was me. John's very polite in the letter.
All right, well, that is a great question that's on all of our minds right now, John. So let's bring in subject expert Desmond Pomeroy and see how he can help.
Yeah, these are the times we're living in, right? If we care about our friends and family's health, we got to keep asking the hard questions.
Yeah, I do care about my friends and family, except for Uncle Joe. I'll never forget what you said about Alanis, Joe.
Oh, no, I hope he wasn't talking smack on Alanis.
Right? What kind of monster would do that?
The kind that's like rain on your wedding day.
Desmond, can you take your hand out of your pocket and show John here how he should handle the holidays?
Yeah, sure. It's a jagged little pill, but here it goes.
Oh, you ought to know, Desmond. But
Anyway, look, the fact is, in the current circumstances, you shouldn't be traveling anywhere out of state without quarantining. The only state that's still on the low risk chart, according to the Department of Health, is Hawaii. And if you've got family in Hawaii, then what the hell are you still doing here?
No, it's friggin' winter in New England. I mean, come on.
But even in state, you shouldn't be having maskless indoor interactions outside of your immediate bubble, right?
That's right, Julie. I mean, unless you're willing to get tested and quarantined for 14 days, it's just not a good idea. Remember, while you think you might be low risk, your loved ones that you could infect or other people down the road might not be. So if you go travel within Massachusetts, keep all get-togethers outdoors and masked.
But again, it's friggin' winter in New England, so
dress warm. Look, I know these aren't great options, but the vaccine is coming. We don't want to let our guard down and flood our healthcare system with COVID patients with the end right in sight.
I guess so. I don't want anyone I know to get turned away from the ICU because there's no free beds. Not even you, Uncle Joe.
Well, a lot of us had a trial run at this during Thanksgiving. Have family dinners or get-togethers outside or even over Zoom. I mean, you can cook dinners on Zoom, and if your mom gets all up in your grill, just make sure you got that handy glass of wine right next to you.
Oh, we play games over Zoom as a family, and when my parents started bugging me, I just kept pretending I had a bad connection. Played a quick game of Mario Kart with my buddies.
Yeah, way to make lemonade out of lemons, Max.
Is that where lemonade comes from? I never realized, but I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
The holiday season can be a tough time for some people in the best of days, but the pandemic could make things even harder. Are there any resources that people can tap into to help them mentally get through the holidays?
Good question, Julie. One great resource for those without insurance or on Mass Health is Mobile Crisis. Boop. Now, they offer an alternative to going to the ER. Now, if you're experiencing a mental health crisis, call the hotline at 877-382-1609. I mean, they'll do a brief assessment over the phone and then schedule a time to come out and do a more thorough check-in in the comfort of your own home. And then they can make recommendations and referrals and will continue to check in after the initial assessment.
What about if you or someone you love is experiencing a mental health emergency?
Here's a list of specific crisis call, text, or chat services if you're feeling sad, lonely, or hopeless, thinking about suicide, or just want emotional support. I mean, this link provides places to call no matter what you're experiencing. Someone's out there to help. I mean, you can also reach out for advice if you're worried about someone else in your life.
And if you're struggling to just provide presents or food on the table for your family, you can get in touch with organizations like Toys for Tots, the Salvation Army, Massachusetts Division, Globe Santa, or Project Bread for assistance. Boop.
Well, hey, Julie, I'm the booper here. That wasn't bad, but just settle down, okay? But remember, folks, whatever you're going through out there this holiday season, you're not alone, even if it might feel that way sometimes. Desmond Pomeroy, making like Kenny Smith, and jetting.
You know, he's right, Julie. We're not alone. But who's Kenny Smith?
You haven't heard of two-time NBA champion point guard and current sparring partner of Sir Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith?
I guess I didn't have you figured for being such a big basketball fan.
Well, sure, not like a zealot like you and Alanis, but still.
Oh, I'm not that big of an Alanis Morissette fan.
Well, thank you, John from 3rd Street. Until next time.
We'll see you first, 'cause I'm here to remind you to watch What's That About on CCTV. It's not fair to watch anything else, but What's That About on CCTV? You ought to know.